Hey there, wrestling fans. This is Kenny Commons here of Chillin' with Kenny C with a independent wrestling edition of the show. And joining me at this time is a well-established wrestler making a name for herself. She's usually known as the Great Warrior Wolf. She is Nakoma Tala. She is with me right now. How's it going?
Going good. Been keeping busy, trying to go to new places, new states, new companies, kind of branching out little by little, doing the best I can. I've had two WWE tryouts slash seminars I've been to as well recently. I went one to Florida and I went to one in New Hampshire as well. I'm trying to push myself since it's a new year, really trying to get out there and really trying to make a name for myself, like you were saying. So I'm definitely, busting hard, this year, big time.
So, as we get near the end of the first quarter of 2023, meaning first 3 months, um, how do you feel about your 2023 thus far with the shows and everything you've been on?
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling confident. I'm still holding the belt for New World Wrestling Extreme. I'm still two times women's champ. So I'm doing good with that. I'm going to new companies or places. I'm going to be in Canada a little bit more this year as well. I'm also going into Michigan for the first time for a show. And what else? Let me see. Oh, Little Wolf just came in. Little Wolf, give me that right. Thank you.
All
My daughter is getting ready for bed.
right.
But yeah, everything's going good this year. Just like I said, branching out to new states, meeting new people, which is great. Always love, going to new places. So if you guys who are listening, have a company near you you'd like to see me at, definitely comment or message me, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. You can always comment your companies that are in your area. Hopefully I can swing through, see what happens.
Okay, I will speak for us here in Kentucky. And I mean, I don't know if you've been to that particular state, but
Not yet.
I'm pretty sure I know a promotion or two that would love to have the Great Warrior Wolf on their show one day. I'll definitely give you a suggestion after the show for sure.
Yeah, great.
Um,
Awesome.
so so as I was hearing you talking, I noticed some of your shirt designs, and one in particular
Yeah.
that reads, "You won't like Nakoma Tala when they're out of loaded nachos." Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm very curious about the story behind that design. Talk a little bit about that.
So my favorite food is loaded nachos, and apparently it got known worldwide that my favorite food is loaded nachos. And everywhere I go, every state I go, I always end up trying to get loaded nachos, or the promoters, or friends of mine or other wrestlers will surprise me with nachos because they know how much I love it. And sometimes some of my friends will like tease me because they'll buy it and they'll send me videos or pictures from like when they're out of state, like, look what I got, Nakoma. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So it's just a funny little thing. But I absolutely love nachos, and I don't play around when it comes to my nachos. So, I mean, I love my food too. So, but even in Canada, after one of my matches I had with Chantel, she because she won the women's belt for that company up there. She said that she has some nachos left for me in the back, as a thank you because we were friends, wrestling each other for so long. So the crowd actually started chanting, "We want nachos," and I was like, it was just too funny. But yeah, so everyone's like, "You need to make some merch with nacho stuff on it," and someone ended up making that design for me, and yeah. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
I do believe that you can get that particular shirt. I don't see it on the pro wrestling tees.
Not
Uh,
yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet, but it's gonna be there at some point.
yep, yep,
So it's on standby. Let's
yep.
just put it that way.
That's right.
So that's the thing with wrestling is that you just never know. You know, what started off as um, just what started as something that holds near dear to your heart and fans. That's the thing with wrestling fans. They see what holds near and dear to your heart, and then they turn it into a chant. Um,
Nachos is
or
very
turning it, they turning into a design, or they're turning into a T-shirt. That's wonderful. That's quite wonderful. Uh,
yes. Designs I made that I had posted are actually, some of them are pretty old designs that are still around that people end up buying, for the most part. The one with the skeletons and like me screaming, that was in my original gear when I first started with my Nakoma Tala, like old gimmick, like the first outfit I had. And that was, I think that was in Massachusetts. I had that picture taken, and someone did edit that one. And the whole princesses don't belong there, ring warriors do, ends up being a quote that ended up sticking because I was wrestling a female back then that had like a makeup, what's it called, like podcast type thing, and she was all makeup and all decked out and stuff, and she was one of those like girly girl wrestlers. And then you see me just walking in there, I was like, princesses don't belong in the ring, warriors do, and that just ended up sticking. So I ended up trying to make a shirt design out of it and everything. So that's an old design, but still a good one, and still something I say to this day, because there's a lot of them out there that are very princessy and just like to mess around when I'm in there to, and I mean business. So
yeah, pretty much. I mean, you wrestling, man. Wrestlers, this is what y'all do. Y'all
yeah,
go at each other, y'all being fierce, competitors, and you know, she don't play. Okay.
no, I've
I've
been doing it
seen,
for years.
yeah, so she don't play, y'all. She mean business. So
Sacred. Well, that's my job to protect my ring. That is my home. So when you step into the ring, it's just you and me. There's no running away. Once you step in the ring, you're all mine. So
so we are in lovely spring season. Weather's gonna eventually get better. I'm
mhm.
pretty sure a lot of us are sick and tired of the cold
Oh my
weather
god.
at this
Yeah.
point. Um, I will say, the weather here in Kentucky, we're getting there slowly but surely. And once we get to the 60s and 70s, the pants are coming off. I'm all about the shorts. You know what I'm saying? The baggy shorts.
Yeah.
But I will say, um, what are you looking forward to in the coming weeks and months? What do you have planned as far as upcoming shows?
I have a lot of shows coming up. Actually, I have my calendar right here. I actually made sure I grabbed it just for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see here. March. All right, so let's see here. April. Let's see here. WFA, Wrestling Federation of America, is a company in New Hampshire, and they also run in Lawrence, Massachusetts. They run in Concord, New Hampshire, and a couple other spots in New Hampshire as well. But it's a very good company. Lots of great talent there, and I started wrestling with them for a few months now, and I have a show with them on April 15th and 16th. The 15th is New Hampshire, and the 16th is Lawrence, Massachusetts. Um, and let's see here. Bay State Championship Wrestling is also in Massachusetts. here on the East Coast. If you guys are not from the East Coast, it's April 23rd. It's their anniversary show, so it's gonna be a great big huge show. They have a new venue too. They got a whole new setup. It is amazing. I was there for Christmas. If you haven't seen my videos on YouTube or TikTok, definitely check them out. Santa Claus came in to help, uh, big time. But it was a great show. And let's see here, New World Wrestling Extreme as well, which is the company I have the women's championship belt for. They are running on the 29th of April as well at the Vets Club. I will have to make a post on my Facebook of the list of shows coming up. Also, I'll be at Northwest Championship Wrestling. I believe that is in Michigan on the 28th. So that weekend, I'm going to be traveling all over the place. So I'm going from Michigan on the 28th, and then I have to fly back to Massachusetts for the show on the 29th. So that's in April is a little bit busy, and then let's see here. May is when I'm going to be all over the place. Let's see here. May 13th as well. I'll be in Illinois for New Wrestling Evolution on the 13th of May. And then I'll be flying back for the May 14th show for Lawrence, Massachusetts for WFA, Wrestling Federation of America. Then on May 20th is another show for New World Wrestling Extreme. And I don't know the where it's going to be yet, but I will again post it on my social medias as well. Then on May 27th, I'll be going back to Canada in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada for CCW as well. And then I'm going to be driving back, which is like a 9-hour drive. So you got to do the drive. So May 28th, I'll be in Seabrook, New Hampshire for WFA again. So those 2 months, I'm going to be in new places, new companies, and it's going to be a brawl. Like, it's going to be an all-out war. So whoever ends up being in that ring, I'm just going to apologize now. I'm going to give it my all because I want to be number one. I want to be the women's champ and everything else, because I heard at CCW that Chantel is injured, who's a friend of mine, a great dear friend of mine, and I'm hoping she's getting better. She seems to be getting better, but that belt needs a new owner. So we'll see what happens. So I'm definitely gonna be busting my butt to get that belt, so I can be carrying, 2 belts. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely gonna give it my all, and I'm especially if I'm gonna be carrying that CCW belt, I'm definitely gonna be doing the best I can to make Chantel proud, because she was the first ever women's champ for that company, and I'll make her proud to be carrying it if I end up carrying it. But I don't know who I'm going to be wrestling up there, so we'll see.
So she traveling in the Northeast, Canada, Midwest. So y'all stay tuned for these upcoming shows. She's on Twitter at Nakoma Tala. And her Instagram is at Nakoma_Tala. And yeah, so she's on Facebook as well. Great Warrior Wolf. So look up those sites. And if you, like myself, is unable to make it to these shows in person, there are other ways that you can support independent wrestlers, like Miss Tala here. You can purchase one of her shirts at prowrestlingtees.com. And if she got some 810s, she can make that happen as well. So so go support this great warrior wolf as she comes to a city and ring near you in the coming months. She's definitely gonna be staying busy for sure. So
You
you
could
have
also I'm not to interrupt, but I also make my own merch. I do custom orders as well. If you've been to some of my shows, I make jewelry by hand, beadwork. I make cups. I have bracelets. I do it all. So if you see a piece of jewelry but want it in different colors, or cups, I do custom cups as well. You can always message me on all my social medias, Or if you have an idea for a merch idea, I'm more than happy to try it. But you can always message me. I can always ship stuff out as well. You don't have to wait for to come to a show. You can always message me, hey, can I have a picture? I got stickers. I got I have a whole bunch of stuff, but you can always message me. Feel free. I don't bite. I'll always try to answer you guys the best I can. I always love talking to my people. So again, feel free to follow me. Subscribe to my TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube. Um, but yeah, feel free to message me. I'm here for you guys. I love listening and hearing from everybody. So
So she, in addition to the merch, she also does custom made merch. So you might have a like a limited edition merch. Um,
yep,
so
one of a kind sometimes. Yep.
one of a kind. So you're the first wrestler I know that does something like that. Um, like limited edition. This is stuff that you can't get on Pro Wrestling Tees. You know what I'm
No,
saying? So you want that exclusive, you know, unique
and the heart
exclusive.
too, because this is all handmade stuff.
Yeah, handmade indeed. So go get in contact with Nakoma and she'll hook you up, make it that happen. So you face a lot of good household names. You face some really established independent wrestlers over the course of your career. Um, there's a lot of talent in wrestling. You know, for the indies to the pros, TV promotions. Um, just give me some few names as far as
I
who's some wrestlers you want to go up against this year,
oh this year.
or
That's
maybe
a,
down the road per se.
let's see. I've wrestled Luscious Latasha before, maybe like 2 or 3 times through the years, but I definitely would like to wrestle her some more because she and me and her definitely go hard. We go crazy. Vicious Vicky, me and her go hard in the ring too. I mean the name itself just says it all right there, Vicious Vicky. But I definitely want to get back in the ring with her. It's been a few years, but definitely want to get in the ring with her again. Again, Chantel. I love being in the ring with her. She's currently still healing, but hopefully when she gets back, we'll, be in the ring again, like old times. There's lots of names that I want to be in the ring with, but I'm honestly honored to be in the ring with anybody that's willing to, challenge me. I love a challenge.
Yes, she take on anybody, anyone, anybody. I like
And
Latasha.
men too. So I'm actually mostly used to wrestling men. I've trained with men for the 8 years I've been doing this. I was the only female at the school, so I'm used to wrestling men. I've wrestled men in matches all over as well, intergender matches of all kinds. So I wrestle men and women. And again, step in the ring. I'm willing to step up my game if I have, any challenge you throw at me, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna show
Yes,
you that I belong here just as much as any man does.
absolutely. I'm glad you brought up intergender wrestling because people have their feelings towards it. I have no issue with it. As long as the storytelling is there and
Hmm.
people are able to perform, as long as both sides are cool with it, then I'm cool with it. So from your experience, you train with men, you've have matches against men.
Yep.
From your experience and from your perspective, how do you feel about intergender wrestling in general?
I absolutely love intergender wrestling because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, women shouldn't be wrestling men, but in my opinion, I think they should be able to because women are just as capable of being in the ring with men, and we're more than capable of doing what they can as well, as long as we put our mind to it and we bust our butts as hard as we can because we're capable of doing anything. It's just a matter of if we have the heart for it, if we are because when you're in the ring, it's not all about muscle. You got to use your brain. Obviously, I'm not trying to get punched in the face by a man because obviously I would probably get knocked out. So that makes you want to think, what should I do to avoid this? how I need to think on my feet. I need to think quick. I need to think late, because everyone's different. That's what a fight is. If you're out in the street and a man comes up to you and tries to do something bad, I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, oh, I'm a female. I'm not gonna do anything. I can't do this. No, I'm gonna fight and do the best I can to survive. That's what this business is. When you're a female in this business, you need to do everything possible to stick out and be on top. You have to bleed and fight harder than anyone that's around you. And that's what I've been doing for years. And I've shown it time and time again that I belong here. I may be a female, but I'm not any typical female. I'm not someone who sits on their butt and feels bad for themselves. I push myself because I know I'm able to do this. I know that I can be number one. And that's why I don't quit. I have my daughter that looks up to me, and I need to pave that path for her as well. I need to make sure she sees me pushing myself to be better and I don't give up. Because if I give up, what's that teaching her? When you're a woman in this business, you can't back down to nobody. You got to grow a pair. Clearly, I'm a female, but still, you still got to grow a pair and you need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, no matter what it takes. On top of that, my fans, my family, and my friends, they've had my back since day one. And I appreciate every single one of them for doing that. And because of them, I'm able to do this. I'm able to believe in myself even more because I have that support from them. And that love and support is what drives every single one of us to keep going. Because without you guys, there wouldn't be wrestling. There wouldn't be us. So I believe that women should be more than able to step in the ring with men. It's just a matter of what style of wrestling you think is gonna be able to get you on top. Are you gonna be able to think bop, 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 bop on your feet? Not everybody can do it, but I know I can.
Well said. I did just a few weeks ago went to an intergender wrestling show
Hmm.
for the first time. I have a friend that helps put the promotion together. Um, it's usually a female wrestling promotion, but they do intergender wrestling
Hmm.
once a year, and it was my first time. Like literally every match, male versus female, and I will say that it was very compelling that everybody stepped their game up, and I feel like fans left satisfied with the show. Um, so I'm all for intergender wrestling. I have no issue with it. Um, because at the end of the day, we just want to be entertained and get the storytelling aspect and just put on a clinic per se. So I'm all for it and keep striving for the equality. Um, not just the wrestlers, but referees,
Yes, referee.
commentators,
Hmm.
bookers, and just all aspects of wrestling. Um, there's been some progress, but there's still more work to be done. Just can't just let up just because things are okay. There's still more work to be done so that everybody can, get that equality out there to the forefront. And I want to thank you, Nakoma, for being on the show. And you are definitely an inspiration um, to your fans, to your
Thank you.
peers, and to your daughter, obviously. And I'll definitely look forward to seeing more of you in the future. I'll follow you on all the social media sites, so I'll be watching to see, where you end up next. And thank you for being on the show this evening. This is definitely an interview I've tried to get happen for like a year, so it was definitely well worth the wait. So thank you again. continued success with your career, and
Thank
who knows? I might have some limited edition. I might have to start coming up with an idea for some limited edition merch. Maybe
Yeah.
like a chilling Nakoma type of collaboration. Something like that. So
All right.
so I gotta get the creative juices going. So with that, uh, but thank you again for being on the show and appreciate your time.
No problem. Anytime. Let me know. If you want me to hop back on another time, I'll definitely check my schedule and we'll make it happen. It was great talking to you.
Great chatting with you as well. You have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.